Hello there. How are we all doing? Doing well? Enjoying yourself? Run up to Christmas and all that bollocks, yeah? Very good indeed. Hello, welcome to this, the second of the Noise Merchants Christmas specials. This one is very special indeed, as it is an interview that I had with a bloke you'll all know as Mackie from Blitz, and more recently Epic Problem. We did the interview a few weeks back, and it was a good bit of fun. So I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, we'll get straight into that, shall we? I think we should. Here it is. Here it comes. Oh, enjoy. Oh. Right, well tonight I've got the great pleasure of chatting to Mackie from Epic Problem. How you doing, mate?
Hi Pete, how you doing, pal? Cheers for asking me along, mate, to do this.
Oh, no worries, mate, my pleasure. You keeping yourself busy?
Yeah, sound, just resting after a hectic day, Christmas shopping with my better half.
Spending all your money, mate, yeah? Well, you can just kick back now then, mate, because no hard work involved in today for you, well, the rest of the today. So you've chosen a load of songs for us to listen to, which we'll play and we'll have a chat about. And also, you've got some Epic Problem news, so we'll get into that a bit later on as well. But we've already played one of your tunes. We've played, what was it, Green Hoodie at the top of the show there, by a band called Static Radio NG. Yeah, it was a good choice, mate.
Yeah, fantastic song. We went to see him in Manchester, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years ago at a place called Night and Day Cafe. Me and Maury went, who's the bass player in Epic Problem. I said, we've got to meet up and get down there early. They're fucking great, this band. It'll sell out. Anyway, there's about 6 people in, right, which was a massive shame. They come from America. I think they played with Murder Burgers and somebody else. There was no one there, Pete. It was fucking dire.
Bloody hell.
But, you know, they played it like it was Shea Stadium, so we had a great night and, you know, sound.
It's a
but I just love it. I love the song. It's everything I like. I mean, all these songs, a lot of these songs, it's just melodic punk with like catchy guitar riffs, you know, gruff voices, and that's what I like. You know, I'm a simple man.
Well, it's a great list. It is. Some I've heard of. The majority I've heard of. There's a couple just like this Static Radio. So this is all good for me, you know.
That's good, mate.
But yeah, that's a cracking little tune. Great to start off. So let's get into it properly then, shall we? You've got 2 songs coming up now.
Yeah, okay. The first song is Paint It Black, past tense, future perfect. It's off an album called New Lexicon. It's just fucking brilliant album. It's hardcore, but it's got something else. It's not just a noise or a row or macho rubbish. You know, the lyrics are brilliant. We saw Paint It Black. I don't know if you were at that one, Pete, at the Manchester Punk Festival.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Fucking great band. I can swear on here, can't I?
Of course you can.
Because I'll lose half my vocabulary if I don't. So, yeah, great band. When I first started playing again, Epic Problem, one of the first bands I heard on, it was the Punk Show. Do you remember that? Mike Davis on Radio 1.
No, I don't.
I don't know if you remember it. They pulled it. It was a great little show, but it was on like in the middle of the night, so obviously you listen to it online after. But, you know, he played loads of stuff, and I'd sort of got out of the loop, didn't really know what was going on, and he played this song, and I just thought, yeah, that's fantastic. And it just so happened they were playing in Manchester a few weeks later. So I thought, well, I didn't know anyone in the punk scene. I thought, well, I'm going to go anyway. Well, balls to it, I'll just go on my own, you know, be that bloke who goes to the gigs on his own. Anyway, they played the Star and Garter. I think I'd been in touch with her. I'd emailed them about something. I think it was just a bit of fanboy stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I heard your track. I'm going to come down at Manchester. Didn't say anything, you know. Anyway, went down. They were fucking so nice. Like, the bass player, brilliant.
Yeah.
Dan Yennon, the singer, obviously a legend. Anyway, fantastic. Great gig. Fucking great band. Great song.
It's got nothing to do with fuck, and it's got nothing to do with sin. Said God got it in for you to fuck, but I don't believe in him. Standing underneath stars and satellites, I can feel the corner from my die. I got a running start.
that's Malloy, the mighty Malloy from Wakefield. They split up just before Epic Problem started going, and I was so pissed off because I wanted to see him. I think I did see like the last. No, I didn't see the last gig. I wanted to, but I couldn't go for some reason. Anyway, they split up. Luckily, they reformed. You know, like all these bands do, it appears nowadays. We played with them. We played with them and Leif Erikson at a place in Salford. And Epic Problem, we'd been in the studio all day. We'd been recording and rehearsing and everything. We loaded the gear in the van, went down, played with Malloy and Leif Erikson, who you'll hear later. And it was just fucking great because I got to see two bands who had split up, and I thought I'm never going to see these. But luckily, did manage to see him, love him. He's got a great voice. The Sound Lads, you know, great band. What can I say?
They're pretty much new to me.
Right.
Didn't they played Manchester? They got back together for Manchester Punk Festival, didn't they?
I think they played last year.
Yeah, was it last year?
Yeah, and they do. I think they do like one-off gigs now. They played a festival in Leeds, I think, the other month. But they're not. I don't know if they're writing or not. I don't know. They've got two cracking albums. They've got loads of stuff, split singles and things like that. If anybody likes them and wants to go back and check on them, but I don't think they're going to be like a touring band. I don't know them well enough to say that really. But you know, if they play, look out for them because they're great.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I saw them. I can't remember the venue. I might have had a bit to drink. I'm not sure, but I definitely caught them. And you say with the Painted Black song, so you heard it, and it kind of revitalised your want to get back playing.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I was hearing didn't really float my boat. Really, there was a lot of I don't know, but something about that, I don't even know what it was. I mean, it's pretty noisy, and then it's got a lovely little melodic bit in it that was good, you know. And then when you read the lyrics, you think, yeah, this is great. And I kind of felt, you know, after I'd been in Blitz years ago. I mean, people who are listening probably know that already, but I was in a band called Blitz, late 70s, early 80s. Yes, I'm fucking ancient.
Yeah.
That's the truth. But yeah, and then I hadn't played. I'd done various bits, but I hadn't played for years. Had a family, got two girls now that are grown up, and I kind of hit a place in my life where I thought, what I do, you know, I've got unfinished business. Really, you kind of think, what do you love doing that you're not doing now? And I thought, well, it's playing in a band. Some bits I missed. You know, other bits I could take or leave, which we'll discuss further later on. But I don't know, that triggered something off, because I was a bass player, but I got a guitar, learnt a few songs, got me all three chords going, you know, SP, it's all you need, isn't it? And wrote some songs, but I couldn't sing, so I tracked Jake down. I know his dad, Andy, if you know Andy McCullough. You know,
I don't.
Do you not know Andy, right? Okay.
No.
Well, I knew Andy, and he said, Jake sings, he plays in some band, Kamikaze Sperm or some other thing like that. And I says, right. And I says, do you think he'd want to sing my songs? He says, well, I don't know, I'll fucking ask him. So I stalked him. I was creeping round his house because I wasn't sure which house it was. Anyway, come on, can I help you, mate? So I gave him a tape of the stuff, I told him who I was and all this kind of thing. You know, he knew me from New Mills anyway. It's only a little town.
Yeah.
And I said, do you fancy a crack at it? And he says, yeah. He says, I can't sing for shit. And I said, well, I'll be the judge of that. Let's have a go. So I gave him He always laughs about it now, because I gave him on a cassette, and he hadn't got a cassette player, because we were CD then, sort of just getting MP3 and stuff.
Right.
But I did it on a little tape to tape, you know, played it him, and we went down, and we went in a little studio in New Mills and did some stuff. The very early demo it was. I don't think it didn't get released. Those songs have been like redone and things like that. But yeah, and I said, do you fancy getting it going? And what? It's up to you. And he says, yeah, let's have a crack at it. And I says, well, I reckon we could probably get a record or maybe get some gigs. And he says, fuck it then, let's have a go. So that's what we did.
So, and I don't know what he's saying about his voice. He's got
got
a
great
cracking voice, isn't he?
yeah.
Brilliant voice.
He's like the rest of us, and he's filled with self-doubt, Pete. Like we all are, mate.
Yes, mate, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. But he is. He's fantastic.
Great voice.
Yeah. I got to know about him when he was with Pete Butler in Dead Subverse. Yeah, that's how I found out about him first. And then, I met you all when you came to Birmingham with, who was you playing with? Was that with
The Slow Death, was it?
Slow Death, yeah. I met him then. And just as his voice is great, he's a great fella as well, isn't he? So,
yeah, he's sound. The thing is, people probably know, again, Pete, who are listening to this, that the band is now no more. But we haven't fallen out or anything. We're still mates. I went to a gig the other week with Jake. We went to see Off with the Heads, and I went to see Down and Outs with Murray. James, the drummer, he came to Off with the Heads. We're still mates and everything, but we're not in a band anymore. I mean, I can chat about that now or later if you want.
No, we'll have a chat later because we've got one off this new release you've got coming out. When's it coming out?
Actually, the pre-release is hang on, is it 1st of December, 30th November? I think it's on Brassnet Records. Buy it off Scott because he pumped a load of money into it and he showed faith in us to put out a record by a band that wasn't even going anymore. He said, I still want to put it out. He says, let's go out with a bang and I'll put it out and everything. So, so that's coming out then. The actual physical release is Christmas Day.
Oh, right. Fantastic.
Yeah, because we kind of figured we'd push it. There's a little video to go with it, but it's only a lyric video for one of the tracks. It's no big budget job, but the kind of week between Christmas and New Year is a pretty dead week, I think. You don't know what day it is, and nobody really does anything then, record-wise. So we thought, put it out then. Everybody can spend their Christmas money on it, Pete, can't they?
Yeah. But we're not going to get the chance to see you one last time then, no?
Never say never.
Never say never now.
The last gig we played was Jake's dad Andy's wedding. Andy got married to Kathy Rocker, who's sadly no longer with us. And we played the last gig. We pulled about 3 gigs. I said, look, lads, it was me who said I didn't want to do it anymore. I said, I think it's run its course, whatever. And Jake said, well, we've got to do that. And I said, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. And that'll be a good one to finish on. So we played with the Hip Priests and Barstool Preachers and us at Andy and Kathy's wedding. So that was a blast, but, happy, sad occasion.
Yeah, of course. Let's get into this, one of the tracks, one of 3 tracks off, what's it called? It's called Grace, in it, the release.
The EP, the EP is called Grace. It's named after Kathy, who I just mentioned, who's sadly no longer with us. It's I don't know, it just seemed to fit. Jake said, let's do it. Does all the band want to name it? Because Kathy's middle name is Grace. So I know there's a few records out there at the moment called Grace, but that didn't matter to us. We wanted to leave a kind of a lasting memento, if you like. And now it's on a record, and people will buy this record, and in years to come on Discogs they'll get it, and they'll read the story behind it, and it's just a little tribute in that way. But the first song which you're going to play is called Curse Stroke Cure, which I'll tell you about when I played it.
Right, let's get into that one then. there we go. That's Curse Stroke Cure, which is fantastic. It's after I've played them all, and it's my favourite of this release of yours. It really is. It's great.
Oh, right. That was the easiest one, Pete.
Yeah.
The easiest one. Some songs people will know. You can agonise over them for weeks, and others it's just a riff. We had a riff there. I had a subject matter, and it just came together really quick.
Right.
It's about a bare. In no way can I condone violence of any way, shape, or form, Pete.
Right.
It's about a bare-knuckle gypsy fighter.
Yeah.
Right. If you listen to the lyrics, called Bartley Gorman. Right, and he was king of the gypsies. And if you know a guy, Shane Meadows, who did Dead Man's Shoes and This Is England.
Yes.
The director, he did a short film. It's on YouTube. It's about 10 minutes long. It's a little documentary about this guy, Bartley Gorman. Great big gnarly fucker he is, punching a tree, hood up and all knuckles bandaged up. And I just thought it was an interesting subject because he was getting old, which is in the lyrics. He's like about 50-ish, something like that.
Yeah.
And he wants to quit this fighting, but he can't quit. There's something in him that's making him carry on, and people are coming, and these young pretenders are turning up, and he's thinking, I've got to fight them. I can't be seen not to fight them.
Mm-hmm.
So they come, and he fights them, and he wins, and he sends them away, and then they tell their stories, and he tells his, and somebody else comes. And it's just a never-ending circle.
Right, yeah.
And he can't get out of it. And I just thought it was a good story. It was sad, but he's one of these also, and he's saying, only God can judge me. And God, it says that on the first lyrics are that there's a guardian angel on my shoulder. I'm getting old, but I'm feeling older. And he wants to get out, but he can't. He's trapped. A bit like all of us, Pete.
I suppose once you get on the roundabout, sometimes,
A metaphor for life, mate, eh?
Yeah.
But that's the story behind that one. I don't know, I just thought it was interesting. Check it out, it's called King of the Gypsies. It's just a little film, and I think they said he was going to make a full-length film.
Uh-huh.
But
right, no, definitely give that a watch. So what's the what was the sort of writing routine for Epic Problem?
Generally, I'd come up with something, so take it round to Jake's, either to his house or to his dad's house, and I've got like the bare bones of a song. I usually had some riffs, lyrics, maybe 70% of a song.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes fully formed, sometimes less than that. And we'd sit around and we'd do them because all our songs, I think, are pretty melodic. And they played on acoustic guitars. And, we'd bash them out. And then Jake will say, well, that bit'll, we'll change that, have that for the middle-eight. No, that bit should be the chorus, and eventually come out with a song. So that's normally how it pans out.
Is it always you that sort of comes up with the initial idea, though? Are you always going to Jake, or Jake sort of...
It's usually me, I would say.
Yeah.
It's usually me. Jake has done me some. He said, let's do this and let's do that. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to say, I've written all these songs, because I haven't, because without their input, there wouldn't be a song. There'd be a half-assed verse and a bit of a chorus. So what Jake's good at, I think, is arranging stuff, suggesting stuff, and changing different ideas. So yeah, it's definitely a collaboration.
Good. Well, like I say, that's Curse and Cure, the first one we've played off the Grace EP. It's fantastic. Right, so we've got a couple more then. Couple more of your choices. Both bangers here. So what we got coming up next?
This next one is Raging Nathan's Circling the Drain, and I'm not a massive fan of the term pop punk, but this is pop punk. It's like, if Green Day were good, it's like it gets in your brain, and it's got everything. It's got a great riff. We've seen these a couple of times, seen them at Manchester, and I've seen them at Rebellion, where they played the new band stage, because they've been going about 12 years, so they're on the new band stage. Josh, who runs Rad Girlfriend Records, I know him because we did a split single with Slow Death, and Josh runs Rad Girlfriend, and that's his band, Raging Nathan.
Right,
so,
okay.
I just think it's a great little pop song. Pop.
Yeah,
song.
yeah. I'm pretty sure saw him at Manchester Punk Festival.
Yeah, I think you did. Oh, was that them, or was it Dopamines? He's in Dopamines as well. I don't know. Yeah, he could have done, Pete, yeah.
Yeah, I might have done. I'm just thinking whether... Was that the one where Tommy from Wonk Unit stepped in on drums?
That's right, yeah. No, they played Rebellion in Manchester.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw them at that.
Yeah.
Was that Manchester Punk Festival then?
It was Manchester Punk Festival,
it was, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Tommy stood in because their drummer couldn't make it, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
But another little story, when we saw him on this new band stage, it was the last gig. They'd done a tour. Rebellion was going to be the last gig. And they had a bit of a merch stall, because any band who plays, I don't know if you've ever been there, Pete.
Yeah, no, never been, no.
It's not everybody's cup of tea, but Raging Nathan's played, and they had a bit of a merch stall outside, because whenever you play, they let you put your little wallpaper table up and sell some stuff. Anyway, it was full of stuff, and they finished playing and come out, started selling merch. Anyway, Josh is saying, right, this is like whatever price, just name your price and take it. He said, we can't take this shit back on the plane, they won't let us. So they're selling like hoodies, album and a CD for a tenner, and 5 t-shirts for £1, and it was just fucking great. It was mayhem, but that was just so good. Rather than take them or just dump them or try and sell them online after or whatever, they just thought, fuck it, let's just get rid of them all. So
excellent.
Yeah, I mean, others, a lot of people
brilliant.
in the scene, they'll pay for stuff, won't they? I think they'll support the touring band. They'll buy a shirt, they'll do stuff. So it was great. Great.
10 years past will be the same, oh yeah, it will be the same. And all that time spent chasing you, and all those years spent wasting you, oh yeah, well do you feel the same? You'll never be young again. You'll
Right, so first up, Raging Nathan's Circling the Drain, and then the wonderful Guns and Wankers with Sunstroke. 25 years old, that album, Dancing and
That is
Listening,
amazing.
Yeah, isn't it just? And lucky enough to see how they played, I think I've seen them twice this year. I think it was Wonkfest and... yes, Levy, yeah. Yeah, brilliant.
This is another band like Milloy before they were got into after the fact. I think it was Jake and a guy called Matt from Holiday, if you know Matt Martin. I don't know if you know Matt.
Yes.
He recorded all our early stuff, Matt.
Mm-hmm. Pumpkin
guy.
Records, Matt.
Yeah, that's him, yeah. Lovely guy, and he turned me on to these, him and Jake. They said, check this out. He thought that he sounded a bit like us, but I don't think they do. But fucking fantastic. So catchy.
Yeah.
Really, just a three-piece, dead powerful, dead tight. I know it isn't the original bass player, but the bass player, his voice and Duncan's voice on the recorded stuff, it's just fantastic. There's no other bands like it for me. Doing that, it's like a really high harmony, and it's just great.
Yeah, I had a bit of a fanboy moment because I think it was Revenge of Psychotronic Man's their last gig at Rebellion in Manchester, and I'd completely forgot that Tommy wasn't drumming for him anymore, and Duncan had stepped in. So yeah, I drunkenly sort of had a moment with him which he found hilarious. I tried to interview him, but I was properly pissed. And
you're trying to interview Duncan.
Yeah, and he was just like laughing at me, basically, going, "Is this really going to go out on radio?" And I was going, "Yeah, it might do."
Of course it is, man. I'm a professional.
Yeah, but I was properly sort of. I got my photo with him, So it was, it was fantastic, and I've managed to meet him a couple of times since then, which has been brilliant. Yeah, decent fella, great bloke.
Don't you play in Toy Dolls as well? Didn't you?
That was something I hadn't realised. Yeah,
somebody told me that's the one that pays the bills.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I hadn't realised sort of how big sort of Toy Dolls had become, really, and how kind of revered they were, especially, everybody talks about the guitarist, saying he's absolutely fantastic. So
yeah, he's something else. Yeah. I mean, somebody told me, he's like a stickler. He really drills the band. I don't know because I haven't seen him, but they're supposed to be really tight, and really on it. And I know he's a fantastic guitar player, and I think he practices, he set aside so many hours a day.
Is that right?
Rather than we just pick it up like, oh shit, I've got to go practice, better pick my guitar up. I think, I don't know, this is just stories I've been told, but I've been told, he's really on it. And
have you heard about like this, the Snuff tribute band, Anus, that he's doing?
Yeah, he's doing his own tribute band.
Yeah, he's doing his own tribute band, which is, Is it
with the guy from Spoilers?
It is, Dan from Spoilers, Yeah. So,
why not?
Yeah.
We know the songs, won't we?
Yeah. So, it'll be, and Dan actually stepped in for Snuff. I think they had sort of a last-minute gig thrown at him that the guitarist couldn't make, so Dan stepped in. Yeah,
well, so kudos to Dan then, eh?
Yeah, he was bricking it apparently.
Yeah,
which
you would be, wouldn't you?
You would be, yeah. Fucking hell, wouldn't you? Jesus. But yeah,
Duncan doesn't strike me as one of those who'd sort of fine you, for dropping a note.
No.
I don't think he's like, the James Brown story, with coming at the end and you're going to tick you off, you dropped a fucking beat there, that'll be so many dollars. I don't think he'd be like that, would he?
I wouldn't have thought so. So, but you never know.
No,
you never know. Right. So, we've got 3 songs coming up next, mate.
Yeah.
What are these 3?
The first one is Holiday, good friends of ours, Missiles on the Roof. The second is Slow Death. Raise Your Head Up, and the third is Off With The Head's Nightlife.
Waiting for Cameron to announce the finale. Confetti rains on the sky and we have a laugh about a month gone by. David, I don't wanna miss your bubble. Your fucking shit's a fact, you're stirring up trouble. All your boys in the money they clubbed in it up with a red down. The Olympics, enjoy it. You should be having fun. There's missiles on the ring in central London. We got parade on the torch through every broken town. Don't you even think I'm taking that Union Jack down? Sat around waiting for Cameron to announce the finale. Confetti rains from the sky and we have a laugh about a month gone by. David will load the Queen into the tower and fire her off until the noon she will shower. Joyful masses down below as we wait for Barlow to finish the show. The Olympics, enjoy it. You should be having fun. There's missiles on the ring in central London. We got parade on the torch through every broken town. So don't you even think I'm taking that Union Jack down. Sometimes it's a shit world. Sometimes it's a shit world every night. Sometimes you ain't got the will to live. Sometimes you ain't got the will to fight. But try, just try to get some sleep every night. feeling dirty. Sometimes you go to bed just the same. Sometimes you try to hide just by closing your eyes. Sometimes you drink till you forget your name. But try, just try to get some sleep every night. It's alright, it's alright. It's all it to chance. I never should have let this get so far out of hand, but I'll do anything to not be alone. Cause when I'm alone, you know I can easily fall back into old habits that I thought I'd left behind. And it ripped me apart and I realized don't be alone. I have to lie, take everything and keep it inside. I know I'm sick and I'm not right. I'm so fucking tired of living this life I made for myself. I'm sorry that I cannot get past what keeps me away from the line. Hope this explains my problem to you, cause I feel like this every night. Don't wanna be like this, anxious and angry or hopeless and sad all the time. Unable to get back to feeling I lost somewhere along the line. I wear it all on my sleeve and everyone sees, no matter how hard I try. I never felt worse in my whole life. Don't be alone, I have to lie, take everything and keep it inside. I know I'm sick and I'm not right. I'm so fucking tired of living this life I made for myself. I'm sorry that I cannot get past what keeps me away from the line. Hope this explains my problem to you, cause I feel like this every night. 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 Night after 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 night. Every single night.
Right then, 3 songs there. Holiday, Missiles on the Roof, the Slow Death, Raise Your Head Up, and Off With Their Heads, that final one there, with Nightlife. I love Holiday, mate. I think they're wonderful. Yeah,
I
and
love Holiday. We've done a split. We did a split with Holiday.
yeah,
They're good friends of ours. Matt, like I say, Matt Martin, who played bass, he left the band, but he played bass. He recorded all our early stuff and made a fucking cracking job of it. The sweetest guy you could ever meet. Paul as well, the singer, lovely guy. Ryan, the drummer, he drummed for us on the Slow Death tour
right.
because our drummer left just before it, so we got Ryan in. Ads on guitar, plays with Leif Erikson now. Just lovely guys. We did a little tour with them. You can't call it a tour. We did about 4 gigs. I had a van, went to Newcastle and I forget where else, Liverpool, wherever. But just lovely guys, but they've split up. I'm sure they'll all do other things because they're talented. Well, they all are doing other things anyway. Like I say, Ads is in Leif Erikson, and Neil, who took Matt's place, is in Leif. I don't know what Rye's doing at the moment, but he's a great drummer, so yeah, top band.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, I was at that, it was supposed to be our last gig. It was at the Retro Bar in Manchester for... Yeah, I was there, and their set was cut super short by somebody. It was I don't know if it was somebody from the venue or whatever, and everybody was a bit pissed off. Obviously the band...
Because they pulled the plug.
Yeah.
It wasn't the band then.
No. It was
Right.
it was something to do with the... I don't know if something had overrun, and so somebody was sort of like there tapping their watch and say you've got to cut it short and what have you. So so they says, right, now what we'll do then, we'll arrange another last gig. So I don't know whether we will get one last chance to see them. I don't know, but it would be a shame if their last one was that one, unless they have already done it and I've completely missed it. But,
yeah, no, I think I remember reading about that one. Yeah, that something went wrong. So you never know. I mean, a lot of these bands, like we said before, they get back together. They'll have a few years out, or they'll try other stuff, and they'll just think, I'm missing it, or why don't we have another crack, or unfinished business. you don't know, do you?
No, you don't know. You don't know.
But going on from that one, like I said, Ryland drummed for us on the Slow Death tour. That's the second track you played, Raise Your Head Up. Slow Death, fantastic. I keep saying fantastic and love and great and all that. It's a big love in this interview, Pete. I'm sorry, I'm not making any apologies for it.
No, mate.
Yeah, the Slow Death, Jake turned me on to these. He said they're a bit like Off With The Heads, which they are, I think. But they're definitely they're their own band. Jesse, fucking lovely guy who sings, big bear of a man, but, you know, the sweetest guy you'd ever meet.
Yeah, he's a bit of a lump, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a big guy, yeah. You get a hug off him, you know about it, mate. I tell you. You know when he loves you. But yeah, Slow Death, like I said, Jake turned me on to him, said check these out, and then I was like just scrolling through Facebook one day and it said Slow Death coming over to the UK. So I messaged Jake, or he messaged me, have you seen this? And he said, yes. I thought, we've got to play with these guys. You know what, check if they do in Manchester, because that's how things work. You know, you see it, they do in Manchester, and then you'll speak to the local promoter or whatever, say, can we get on? But anyway, they were playing Manchester. I think they're playing 6 gigs. And the guy, Julian, do you know Juice Man, who runs Drunken Sailor?
No.
Juice Man, anyway. He's another lovely guy. He was putting the tour on. And I'd met him because he was a disgruntled Blitz fan who had been to Blitz's last tour, which ended in disarray, and he never got to see him. And he's fucking blaming me. Right? So anyway, I messaged him and I said, I know you hate me. I said, but I know you're promoting this. You know, is there any chance you can get us on? And he says, yeah, for me, you can do it. He said, but there'll be no money. You've got to sort your own van and your own shit out. And we said, fuck it, we're not bothered. We want to do this, like. He said, you've got to clear it with Jesse. So he put me in touch with Jesse, and I put, Jesse, you know, we love Slow Death. And then I have to admit, Pete, I played the Blitz card.
Right, okay.
I was the bass player in Blitz. I don't know if that fucking helps or hinders or whatever. Luckily, he was a fucking Blitz fan. So he said, yeah, send me some of your stuff. So we sent him some stuff over. Fucking love it. He says, I love Epic Problem. Yeah, let's have you on board. So we met up with him. I think the first gig was in somewhere in Wales. I can't even remember, Pete. Memory's shocking. But we met them. Great guys as well, but massive drinkers.
Yeah.
Now, I don't drink. I don't drink at all. The other lads in the band drink, but I don't drink. And I'd never seen anything like it, mate. You know, they're caning it, and then you go, you know it is on tour, you go back to someone's house and crash, you know, and everybody's having a drink and having a smoke and chilling out. And they're just fucking drinking constantly. And then they get up and you think, how are they even going to survive? Never mind do a gig. You know, the next night. And they just get up and sort of have another drink and get on with it.
So when was this then? What year, yeah?
I can't remember the year. It's got to be 5 years ago, maybe. Yeah. We played with them twice. We played 2 tours. I say tours. We are limited to how many gigs we can do because of family and because of work commitments and stuff like that. But the first time, I think we did six gigs with them. Rye stood in on drums for 4. Another guy, John Pennington from the studios where we rehearsed, he was like a session drummer. He learnt the songs in like one practice.
Right.
He did 2 gigs with us. He's on the video for not Lines. Anyway, he's on one of the videos. The drummer you don't recognise, that's John.
Right.
But yeah, and then they came over again on the gigs you saw, Pete, at Birmingham.
Yes.
I think they'd been to Europe, and we really wanted. No, they were going to Europe, and we really wanted to go with them, but we couldn't through one thing and another. So we said we'll just do the UK leg, and I don't think we even did all of that. We didn't go to Scotland, but yeah, they're great. You know, they're just fantastic.
Yeah, I really enjoyed them.
They should be massive. Jesse's a fucking genius songwriter. You know, really good songs. Because he does like a kind of country and folk stuff of his own,
right?
You know, which is stripped down, and He does another band now, Petty Larcenists. Have you heard of them?
No.
And they're like just a straight kind of rock band. You know, not heavy rock, but they're not punk. But he's just a great songwriter.
Yeah.
And like I say, you know, his capacity for abusing himself and getting up and doing it is second to none, mate. I've never seen anything like it.
Jake, because Jake played guitar in the Birmingham.
Jake played guitar, yeah. They were doing the last tour that we did, and they were coming over, and they didn't have a guitarist, and Jake offered to do it, and they said, yeah, I'd set in the set list. Jake learnt all the songs and stepped up like a pro and didn't fucking drop a note.
Yeah. Fantastic.
What a hero.
Yeah, what a guy. He was an hero that night because he fucking shredded his fingers, didn't he? If I remember rightly, there was blood everywhere.
I mean, Jesse said to me, do you want to play the last two songs? And I'll just sing. You know, I take Jesse's guitar, so Jake's on one guitar, I'm on the other.
Yeah.
And I'm like shitting myself. Jake's in his stride, isn't he? He's fucking not bothered. He's throwing shapes and having it, you know, on the other side. I'm like looking, so G, A, D, G, A, E, you know, but that's me and that's Jake, so that's how it goes. But yeah, brilliant. And that song, Raise Your Head Up, there's a little guitar line at the end. And on one of the gigs, Johnny, who was the guitarist for the first tour, because they changed it, well, I say Jake was the guitarist on the second tour, there's like a little guitar line, and he was so pissed. And he does this guitar line, and it's like, is he going to make it? You know, and it goes, and it just sort of gets there and sort of collapses in a drunken heap. You know, it was brilliant. But yeah, that's them. And the last one, Off With Their Heads, I mean, probably, well, without a doubt, the biggest band off this list.
Yeah.
And that track should, I think, whether they give a shit or not, should have broken, I think, into like more mainstream.
Right. Because they're on.
If that's what they want.
They're on Epitaph. Yeah.
They're on Epitaph, you know, so it's a big label, they're a big band, they do big tours. But, you know, I thought that was crossover, I thought. You know, had that been played on Six Music or, you know, maybe some rock show on Radio 1 or whatever. Yeah. They would have fucking been bigger than they are. They still are big, and they probably are as big as they want to be. You know, there's like a comfy big, isn't there, where we've got a nice van. Yeah. Somebody's driving us. Somebody's putting us in a nice hotel. We're getting paid. There's a decent PA. You know, and they're nice gigs. And then after that, you know, maybe it becomes too much then. People want a bit more of you, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
You know, if you're getting into like Rancid territory or, you know, bigger than that. But yeah, fucking brilliant. They came over on this tour not long ago. They played Rebellion. They're fantastic. Love them. Yeah. Great lads. Ryan's always been super cool with me. I did a run of Blitz t-shirts that I was selling because people were selling Blitz merch and I wasn't getting any money, and I designed them all. And so I thought, fuck it, I'm going to do my own, you know, bit of pocket money. Yeah. And the money's going to the right place. So I did some. Anyway, Ryan got in touch and he says, I'll print some up in the US so people don't have to pay US postage charges. So he's got, you know, Anxious and Angry, that's his website and his podcast, and he sells Blitz stuff on that. And every now and again he'll say, you know, I've got 200 quid for you, mate. Do you want me to PayPal it over? So I don't fucking have to do anything. And that's cool as fuck because he just sends me the money.
That's well decent of him, isn't it?
Yeah, he's no need to even bother about me. He's enough on his plate. You know, but I mean, that is punk rock to me. You know, all the DIY stuff, that's what it's all about to me. You know, bands doing that, bands helping other bands out, little DIY gigs, DIY labels, no fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
that's what it's
without
all
a doubt,
about.
mate. Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I mean, you're sort of, you're saying, you know, in your mind, how they should be in your eyes, should be bigger. I know that me and you have spoken before about Epic Problem, where we really, you know, me being a fan of the music, thinking where Epic Problem should have been, you know, you know, just fantastic. And
I mean, you can't blow your own trumpet because you come over as a wanker, but I know we're a good band. I know we wrote good songs. We never let anyone down live. You know, we could have it with the best of them. We played, you know, we opened the main stage at Rebellion. You know, it's fucking massive, Pete. It's like you could play football in there. And, you know, we could do it. We could do it on there. We could do it in a little sweaty toilet. We're not bothered. But somehow, sometimes bands don't get the breaks. And there's a lot of bands on this list, I think, didn't get the breaks or don't get the breaks. But music's changed so much now. It's so disposable. You know, check this band out. Yeah, they're okay. Whoops, there's another one here. What about these? You know, and that's just how music is now. You know, going back. Yeah. I mean, I'm an old guy now, but going back in the day, I know everyone's covered it loads and loads, but before the internet and stuff, you had to, you know, you'd read about a band or it'd be on a certain label and you'd buy it and you'd just take in pot luck. But then that could be your new favourite band. You know, and you had to work harder to do it. Oh, when are these going to come over? You know, stuff like that. And now it's just it's just disposable. And with Epic Problem, I don't know where we didn't fit in. I saw us as outcasts, really, because we weren't in with. People say street punk or whatever. There is an element of that in our music, but there's also the melodic punk in it. And we didn't really fit between them. But on the other hand, it enabled us to play Rebellion, and it enabled us to play Manchester Punk Festival. You know, and anywhere in between. There's a few bands can do that, but you know, we fit in like that. But in other ways, we never fitted in. I didn't think. Yeah, I'm not bitter about that. Or I don't mean it, you know, as a downer. You know, it could be a positive thing. I don't know. Maybe we didn't get the breaks. Maybe we didn't work hard enough. I don't know.
Whatever it was, I think a lot of people would agree that what Epic Problem were about, you know, and what you did was fantastic. And perhaps. I'm happy to leave a legacy of, I don't know, 20 odd songs, however many there was, you know. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no duffers in there. Definitely not.
In a few years, people will say, fucking hell, I wish I'd have seen these. And that's when we fucking get together for millions, Pete. That's when we have separate buses. That's when we have separate buses and just turn up and play, you know, because people realise we were fucking great.
And maybe I'll be able to make a bit of cash off this interview then as well.
Put it out on vinyl, Pete. It'll be solid gold.
Yeah, fucking hell, yeah. They used to do that, didn't they? Put interviews out on.
Yeah, I think Nidge did one, you know. Nidge Blitz. I'm pretty sure there was a B-side that is just an interview. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that little loophole there, mate. We're in.
Yes. Yeah. Right, we'll have another one off Grace, shall we?
Yes, mate. Yeah. This one's called Better Days.
Say nominate
Right, so Better Days there, off Grace. I've changed my mind. That one's my favourite.
Ah, come on, Pete, now.
Yeah, that one's my favourite, mate.
Great stuff. Cheers, pal. Right, the story with this one is, now, we're not really, Epic Problem aren't really, or weren't really, a political band, but this is a pretty political song. For me, I wrote it. The first line goes, of all the colours on display, the one you chose is grey. And it's about grey zone bands. I don't know if you're familiar with them, Pete.
Grey zone bands?
Grey zone. I mean, the clue's sort of in the title. They're not one thing or another. They're non-political. They don't side with any political kind of parties or viewpoints. If you read about it, go online and have a look. It'll say it's on about Nazi bands and bands who've been connected with fascist bands and stuff like that. But these grey zones, they say they're not right wing, they're not Nazi bands, but they're not political. They don't want that shit in their gigs. But it's not about that, is it? It's not political. We're talking politics. We're talking just life here and everyday stuff, and it's really, they're fucking dodgy. We got offered a gig in London. I'm not going to name any promoters or any bands. We got offered a gig. This guy said, we're playing with such and such. It's like 200 quid. We'll give you petrol and we'll put you up. This is fucking great for us, Pete.
Yeah.
We're thinking we'll have some of that. It's in London. It's in the centre of London. Okay, yeah, we'll do it. Right, okay, I'll be in touch with you. So anyway, starts having a look, thought, like you always do, thought, right, who are these other bands on the bill? What are they about and stuff like that. So I had a look. All of a sudden, it's flashing up warning signals to me, mate. I'm thinking, I'm not really having it. I don't want to be connected with bands, who are dodgy in any way. Mm-hmm. You can be associated with that. Blitz had that in the day. And we played, Rock Against Racism was going then, and Anti-Nazi League and stuff like that. And we played gigs like that because, there's a load of stuff back then, which I'm sure you're familiar with, that I don't want to bore people with. But, now, there's no need for it and no room for it in my life or in the band that I play in's life. So that's what it's about. If you listen to the lyrics, get in there, a little bit of politics, mate.
Yeah, saying nothing. Is it's a dangerous place to sit in it. Really.
It is, yeah. I mean, I don't want to preach because everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But to me, when you set out, if you're in a punk band or whatever, okay, there isn't any rules or any set guides, but you're not going to be a fascist. You're not going to be racist. No. You're not going to be sexist. You're going to support the scene. That's what it's about. Now, people might say, oh, that's fucking Snowflake or whatever. It isn't. It's just fucking punk. That is what it's about to me.
Yeah, and me. I mean that is that is definitely at its core, isn't it? It's because
it's like an unwritten. It's the unwritten thing that you do. I mean, if these bands want to go and play, I believe when Rebellion's on, that there's also like a little counter festival, which is sort of word of mouth. And they're all fucking dodgy, when they go and they Zeke Island and they're all having the little fucking, fantasies or whatever. Let them just play there, in the little fucking hovels.
Yeah. Keep them there.
Yeah.
Keep them there. And then fuck them off. Right.
It's not massively political, the lyrics aren't, but yeah. I just thought, you struggle sometimes for subject matter for songs. And sometimes you hook onto anything, what somebody says, and you might think, oh, that'd be a good chorus, that's a good phrase or saying. And then being offered this gig and then looking into it, I thought, I'm going to write a song about that. So that's what that was about.
Brilliant.
Nice one, mate.
Brilliant. Right, so should we get on? Because we're kind of hurtling towards the end.
Oh,
now.
are we? Yeah, a rapid pace.
Well, I'll say we're hurtling. We got five songs to go.
Yeah.
Now this last lot I know about.
Yeah.
One of them only recently. The band Stay Clean Jolene.
Yeah.
I'd say within the last couple of months, got to hear about them and loved them. Absolutely loved them.
Yeah, they're great. The next three, shall I say what they are, Pete, and then we'll talk about
Yeah,
them
yeah,
after?
go for it, yeah.
Right, the first one is Stay Clean Jolene with Replica, which, it's just fucking great. You're going to hear it, you're going to love it. And the next one is Leif Erikson, I think it's Gottengeim, I don't even really know. Another brilliant song. And the next one after that is Down and Out's Forever Punk.
The New Age Boys Brigade, just rebels without reason. Let your banners packed away. Will you look at me, please, weekend? You say it's all or nothing, and nothing's all that you wanna be. Can't understand reaction. You run down, no reason. You're seen and not heard. London still burning. The day feel the record. Oh oh, turn up the volume on your favorite song. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Don't stop living your life this way. Don't stop living your life this way. Don't stop living your life this way. Your life this way. You might think I should wake up. You might think it's a waste of time. You might think I should grow up. Now I've found something that's mine. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Don't stop living your life this way. Don't stop living your life this way. Don't stop living your life this way. Your life this way. Your life this way. Your life this way.
Right then, so that one there, Down and Out with Forever Punk. One before, Leif Erikson with Göttingen, or whatever we think it is. And then kicking it off, Stay Clean Jolene. Yeah, three great songs.
You're not going to hear three better songs than that in a row, are you?
No, fantastic.
Right, the connection here is, okay, so Stay Clean Jolene Replica. Now, if you haven't got the album, it's fucking a masterpiece.
It is brilliant.
I love John. John Dagger is the singer. If you know John, he was in Great St. Louis.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of asked him what he was. I put it on Facebook or whatever about, love this album, love this band, new to me, and he got in touch and told me about the Great St. Louis. Yeah.
Yeah, I love his voice. He's got a great voice. There's great songs in there, and the connection with Leif Erikson is Will Farley, who plays in Leif, also plays in Stay Clean Jolene. He's a guitarist.
Right.
Now, I don't know if you know this, Pete, but Leif Erikson got back together maybe a couple of months ago, and Will said, did I want to join him? Now, I was a big fan of him, and I said, fucking yeah, of course I do. So I joined him, and I think me and Will had a few practices, worked the songs out. I don't think we had a full band practice. We had like a half band practice,
Yeah.
And it was just around the time I was thinking of packing Epic Problem in, and I thought, I'm not going to pack Epic Problem in and do this because it's just not right. The reason I was not wanting to do Epic Problem because I didn't want to do gigs anymore. I was finding them, too much hassle, and it wasn't fun anymore. What was basically a hobby, Epic Problem. We weren't making any money from it. I'd become, a bit of a chore, I thought.
Right.
It's like, we're practicing tonight. Oh, fuck, can't really be arsed. And it shouldn't be like that. It should be, yeah, I've got some ideas, I've got some songs. And so I joined Leif very briefly, maybe for about a month. I didn't do anything with them other than learn the songs. But Will is fucking an awesome guitarist and a great songwriter, and he played all the little guitar parts on the Stay Clean Jolene album. The thing is, I'm mates with Will. He runs a recording studio and rehearsal rooms where we practice, and a t-shirt printing company. And I spoke to Will, and he doesn't really want to do any gigs anymore. He's got a young family, and he feels he's done his bit, but he's still creative and wants to write songs. So I said, let's do some. So it looks like we might write some songs together.
Brilliant.
There's been a few MP3s back and forward, but nothing. It might happen and it might not. I hope it does, because the ideas so far are pretty good. So I says, who's going to sing them then, Will? Because you can sing and I can fucking just about sing. And he said, let's get John to sing them. Stay Clean Jolene, Great St. Louis. So he messaged John, do you want to sing them? Yeah, he wants to sing them. So fucking brilliant.
Excellent.
So this is like, got a great singer, got a great guitarist. We're going to write some songs, and I can't, for 1 minute, it won't be a band, it's just a project.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we can get 4 or 5 songs, put them out as an EP or put them online, Bandcamp, anything like that, you know, that's what we want to do. But the third one you played, Down and Outs, Mark McGill, who sings for Down and Outs, fucking great singer, great songwriter. And also, I went to see him and I was talking to Mark and he says, what are your plans? And I says, I don't know. I says, I like the writing and I like the creating. I says, but I don't want to fucking sit in a sweaty van. Because if you want to write some songs, I'm your man. You know, we'll write some songs. So I actually went down to Liverpool and we got 3 songs sort of nearly fully formed. 2 of them really finished, really, just on acoustic guitars. But hopefully over the Christmas time, I'm going to go down there and we're going to work on them. So there could be songs with Mark and there could be songs with Will and John, hopefully.
Yeah, well, that's brilliant. You know, fingers crossed that they both, come to fruition, because that'd be, probably exciting.
They're all friends, you know, we've met. The thing is, when Epic Problem started, which was 2010, 11, I think we started end of 2010. I didn't know any of these people. I didn't know Holiday, didn't know Slow Death, didn't know Stay Clean, didn't know Leaf, and now I know them. You know, and I could call them mates. You know, we could play gigs with them, and they could crash at ours, or they'll put you up, or look after you, or lend you gear. You know, and that's fucking been brilliant for me. That's what it's all about, I think.
Yeah, again, going back to that kind of ethos of the scene, if you want, the DIY thing. It's, you know, that is what it's about.
Yeah, and things like the Manchester Punk Festival, you know, which they've done themselves. You know, the guys like Tree and what have you, they've done it, and Kieran, they've put the gig on. You know, and they're not really supported. They're just doing it off their own back. And how fucking good is that, Pete? You know, to a thing like that, an event like that. I mean, you've been, it's like 4 or 5 stages, bands come from America, Brazil, fucking all over. You know, and that's our thing. That's us. You know, not me and you personally, but the scene that we are in and come from has done that.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, what they've done. It's I mean, it's kind of the. I would say Manchester seems to be the centre at the moment. Especially since Manchester Punk Festival has sort of taken off, and I mean, the work that they do with TNS Records, and it's just and again, great labels from there as well. You know, Pumpkin Records and TNS.
Horn and Hoof, you know them from Stockport.
Yes, just brilliant.
I mean, and the thing is, it like regenerates, because you've got us calling it a day, and you've got like Holiday calling it a day, you've got Leaf calling it a day, Stay Clean, you know, adding up, but then you've got like Incisions, you know, young kids coming up, and Aerial Salad, you know, and bands like that. So it's fucking just ongoing, and that's great, you know.
Yeah. It is. It's fantastic. I mean, because Leif Erikson, they played the Levy, didn't they? The Levy Festival. Yeah.
They got back together, and I think they did about 4 or 5 gigs, Pete, and they went to Japan and they played, you know, when the hurricane was just recently, in Japan, they went there then, because they put videos up, and there's fucking like a cow blowing past the fucking window and stuff. And so one of the gigs got pulled, but I think they played about 4 or 5 gigs there. And then when they come back, they just said, you know, we've done what we want to do. I mean, they've got connections over there. They know people, so provided they can pay their flights, they know at the other end there'll be, you know, 5 or 10 fucking great gigs where they'll be looked after. All the gigs will be rammed, and everyone will, you know, have a good time.
Yeah. So Japan, where's the furthest you took Epic Problem?
We went to Germany. We did a little tour in Germany. We went to Spain, Bilbao, and Madrid, 4 or 5 gigs there. Sweden, Copenhagen. Those are as far as we got. We only got like Europe. I really wanted to go to Japan, and we had, you know, the same connections as Leaf. You know Anger Flares, have you seen them, the band? Yeah, Yuichi, he was a big Blitz fan. Every fucking T-shirt I put out, he's bought, you know, like 5. I love the band, and you know, and I said, we want to come over, and there was like a festival, and we were going to do it around that. I think we were going to do like 7 gigs, and this festival was one of them. But we just couldn't get it together. It was the wrong time. I think Jake had just moved jobs. James was started a new business, and Murray got 2 youngsters, so it just wasn't going to happen, which was a bummer. But yeah, we got around Europe a fair bit, and fucking great. You know, you don't really mind playing to an empty room in Germany because you're in Germany.
Yeah.
You know, I played to a lot of empty rooms in this country. You know, I played to some full ones as well. But you know how it is, Pete. You know how the scene is. I mean, some gigs aren't as busy as you would think they're going to be.
Yeah, I remember when we first got in touch. I was hoping to get you to come to Stourbridge, but it was like I'd completely jinxed the band or something, and there was broken fingers and all sorts, weren't there?
Mate, the fucking unluckiest band ever. We are. It's a well-monitored fact that we've had loads of drummers come and go. I think we've had 4. I think we've had 7 in total, but we've had 4, you know, who were real drummers, who were our drummers, but then have left for one reason or another. I mean, we're still mates with all of them. Nobody's fallen out. None of that bullshit, but things happen and people don't want to be in bands anymore. And so off they go. And Jake fucking broke his thumb or something, and I broke my finger. Oh, fucking loads of shit. I had a minor fucking heart operation, and just stuff like that seemed to get in the way. You know, when we get a bit of a momentum behind, they're like, oh, what's happening, lads? Oh, fucking hell, you know, my appendix burst last night, and it was shit like that. So, yeah, unlucky, mate, in some ways.
Yeah, I remember you sending me the photos of the injuries as yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right then, should we get into the last one off the Grace EP then? Shall we do that?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, this one's called Bleeding Out.
Sound.
This is it's a double A side. I don't like this, like this one's better than this or this one's better than this. So it's a double A, but this one is the A. The others are the double A. So I think this is the one that people will probably play. I don't know. Hopefully they'll fucking play them all, Pete.
Yeah, and they should do.
Yeah, great stuff.
Let's have a bit of this one then, mate.
All right, mate.
Bleeding
There we go then. That's Bleeding Out. Dare I say it? That could be my favourite nowadays, I think.
I think I see what you're doing now, Pete.
No, excellent, mate.
Yeah.
It is brilliant. All 3 tracks there, you know. You can't doubt it. They're fantastic.
Cheers, mate. Thanks. I appreciate, you know, you asking me on here to waffle shit, and the fact that you've always supported the band and you played the tracks right from the beginning. I know you have. So, yeah, that's Bleeding Out. Now this one is about love and loss. I think Jake named it. In fact, Jake's dad named it Andy. Me and Jake were writing the song round at Andy's house. The first line is I've got an old tattoo on the top of my arm. It's faded now, but that's part of the charm. Right, and we said, what should we call it? You know, old tattoo. Nah, not really having that. And he said, what about Bleeding Out? Which I believe, I've not had any tattoos for years, but I believe that's a phrase tattooists use. They let it bleed out, you know, to wipe it, and then they can carry on the work. But yeah, so that was that. Anyway, I had these lyrics, and I'd had them quite a while, and don't want to get all fucking sad and what have you, but basically it was about my mum passing away. And I was looking back, fucking thinking, like, through the years of being in the band, my dad passed away, my mum passed away. Right, fair enough. That's what happens, Pete. You know. Mm-hmm. But you know, and I hadn't really written about it. I wrote one when my dad died, and it never got used. And then I wrote this, and the chorus goes, "Try looking for the words when all I could, but it ain't easy when all I can see is darkness in front of me." Which, you know, I suppose we've all been there, haven't we? You know, when it's, you know, there's just fucking no answer. There's no point in going on. We're rock bottom. Not to come over all Morrissey and all Joy Division, but you know, that's the way I felt, and,
yes.
and I wrote it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm happy that I did write it. And so, like I say, it's for my dad and my mum who passed away. Now, the other one, which was fitting, was that Andy named it, is because Kathy, who we discussed earlier, Kathy Grace Rocker, who sadly passed away, you know, it's in honour of her as well. And I don't know if you also know, Pete, but my brother-in-law, Gary, who was in a band called Attack, yeah, it was my sister Lindsay. You know, Gary had had MS for years, you know, a long, drawn-out, fucking horrendous thing. Anyway, he passed away as well, you know, a matter of weeks ago. So, I mean, that was since the record was recorded, but, you know, this is for them, you know. So for me, anyway, that's what this song's about. So, sorry it's such a fucking downer, but that's what this one's about, mate.
Hey, mate, well, that's life, mate, isn't it? You know what I mean? That is life. And death.
And death,
yeah,
mate.
so,
yeah.
So, getting on to the release again, just run it past us again when everything's coming out. The digital release is coming out before the physical release,
no, how we planned to do it was, there's a pre-release, which is, I think it's 1st of December. You can get it from Scott. You can order it. But the physical copies aren't till Christmas Day, because we're not streaming it before then. People probably, they might have bought it before then, and Scott might have got them off to them, so they've heard them that way. But we just wanted to hold it back and then stream them, you know, Christmas week. So you've got, like, priority, Pete. People are probably hearing these, unless they're close friends, people are hearing these tracks for the first time. So
brilliant.
But it's on Brassnet Records, which is a fucking brilliant label.
It is a brilliant label,
support it. I think there's 300 copies, 3 colours, little gatefold sleeve, picture of our ugly mugs inside. What is the negative about that? Nothing.
No, mate, it's all good. It is all good.
Yeah. Oh, the other thing, then, Pete, right, we said we got one more to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before that, I said to you when we started, I said it's going to be a loving, which it is, obviously. Love all these bands, love all these songs. Yeah. Now, I thought it was a little bit too much fucking love, so...
There is a lot of love there.
Let's have some hate, right? So I've put down 3 things that grind me fucking gears. Okay. Right, the first one is meet and greets, right, for punk bands. It's just a no-no, Pete. Don't fucking do it. It's wrong.
Yeah.
If it's Ollie
Especially when you're
Murs
charging
or-
£75
Yeah.
a throw.
pay so much for a selfie with somebody, or it's just fucking wrong. What is all that about? To fucking meet these people in a forced situation, and have them sign something, and you pay so much. That's fucking bullshit to me.
Yeah, that is. No, totally agree.
Because I mean, the gigs that we go to, if you want a meet and greet, go and buy a T-shirt because the fucking singer is selling it to you.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
You're meeting him, you're greeting him. If you want a selfie, if that's your thing, I'm sure he'll quite happily do that. He'll sign your record. Fucking Bob's your uncle.
Yeah.
That's a meet and greet, not this forced thing where you queue up and.
Yeah, that's bollocks.
So that's a little bit of hate there, right?
I'm with you on that one. This is a bit like what's that fucking program called? Room 101.
Oh,
innit?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But in which
So we
case,
done.
I think this one and the next one are definitely going in room 101, but the third one.
Okay, well that one's got in, mate. That one's got in.
That's in, right? Okay, it's a good game, this, isn't it? Right, the next one is merch. Right, we all love a bit of merch, don't we?
I love a bit of merch.
Mate, we've got fucking drawers full of bands fucking merch. We've got hoodies, T-shirts, everything like that. Okay, we don't mind. Now then, the price of merch. Don't be fucking ripping folk off. It's just not right. We know how much it is to have a T-shirt printed. One colour, just a front print. You can't sell that for 20 quid. It's fucking wrong.
No, you can't.
If you've got like 3 colours, front and back, all right, you might push it up to 20 quid. Some of these bands, some of the bigger bands, all right, this is how they make a living now, innit, bands? They don't make any off record sales. It's just touring, so they get paid for the gigs, and it's merch sales.
Yeah.
But your bigger bands, I'm not mentioning any names again, but that's how they make a living. But fuck me, keep it real, it's too much.
Yeah, it is.
Is that going in, Pete?
Yeah, oh God, yeah, every time. I had me a Pizza Tramp T-shirt that I know that they did themselves. You know what I mean? They screen printed it themselves. You know, and it took fucking G-Bob an eternity to actually get it out to me. But I mean, I think it was somewhat silly. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a fantastic one that Incisions did actually. Dave Decision out of Ras Decision. His mum wasn't well. So Jordan out of Incisions, he knocked up a load of T-shirts, did them himself. They were all a bit dodgy looking.
Yeah.
But and then he sold them for a £5 a throw, just so he could put some money in the pot to help Dave out and that. And you know what I mean? There you go.
Yeah. Fantastic, mate.
Yeah.
Fucking fair play to him.
Yeah. So that's going in.
I mean, I know people who go to gigs and they will buy a shirt at every gig.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason they're doing that is to put that 10 or 15 quid or whatever goes into the fucking petrol tank.
Yeah.
And that gets you so many miles down the road. And it's true, for the little bands, that's how they're making the money.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Germany and we sold stuff, and that was like, oh, fuck, I'm starving. Have we sold any merch? Yeah, we've made like 20 quid. Go and get a fucking pizza, and that's what it is. You're just fueling, you're fueling the machine that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it should be. All right, you're going to make some. You're going to make some money. That's why I did the Blitz stuff. I was skint, people were making money, and I didn't make a load, but I made a bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what it's about. But people fucking message me. I've been after this shirt for years. Are you going to do this design? Fucking love it. All positive stuff.
Yeah.
Cheers for keeping your price down. You lose on some. You're posting stuff to America. And
Sorry.
You're losing, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not bothered because you make on the others. So, and the Epic Problem ones, we sold them. I think we sell them a tenner a gig.
Yeah.
You sell them like 12, 14 with postage. But I knew because I'd had them done that the shirt was costing, I don't know, 3-4 quid. The print was 1-2 quid. So how the fuck can you ask 20 quid?
Yeah. No, ridiculous.
Anyway, rant over with that one.
Yeah. Well, it's in there, mate.
Last one, Pete, could be controversial.
Okay.
Tribute bands.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I know. I'm not a fan. Now, this could be just me because I'm a miserable fucker who doesn't get pissed at gigs and
right.
let myself go. I go to listen to the band, obviously. But I've got mates and it's you come and seeing Clone Roses. I says, oh, what's that about? And he says, oh, they fucking look just like them. And they sound just like them. And I thought, it's a little bit sad, really. I'm going to dress up as fucking Ian Brown or, like these Pistol tribute. I'm going to be Sid. Oh, someone's ringing me too. Can you believe it? Let me just get rid of that. I can't. We'll just have to leave that in the background. Yeah, and they say, oh yeah, they just like them, they sound like them. They might do, but it's fucking not them.
Yeah.
Get over yourself. The Clash were brilliant. If you missed them, you fucking missed them, and that's that.
Yeah. No, I'm with you, and it's the major thing for me is that it's taking the focus away from the real music, the real people that are putting these bands are getting paid more than any of these DIY bands would get paid, you know what I mean? And it's, it fucking...
A little story about that. Firstly, I'd like to exclude, the bands who play Manchester Punk Festival and do like a Rancid set or, Minor Threat set or Fugazi or whatever. Just a one-off for a giggle with your mates, all pissed up, having a laugh.
Yeah.
Totally into that.
Yeah.
That's great. But it's these who dress up, and build a fucking career around it.
Mm.
And we played a gig in Manchester, and the promoter, he says, oh, I can only really bung you, 20 quid. There's not many here and stuff. And I thought, well, that's not going to pay for parking, right? We've gone in fucking 3 cars, so that's not paid for parking, 20 quid. So, hey-ho, all right, we'll lose a bit. I says, well, that's a bit fucking grim, isn't it? He says, well, I've not made much. I've lost money on this, but I've got David Bowie on down the road. He's making me 800 quid. So, fucking hell.
Jesus.
So that's the kind of money they're getting.
Yeah.
I find it hard because they've got to work hard. They've got to fucking do it all, but write your own fucking songs, you lazy bastards.
Yeah, definitely. It's, I can, some people will turn around to me and they'll sort of say, oh, well, I'm still playing music and I'm still, that I'm out there, but no. There's 3 venues in sort of Stourbridge, and the biggest, the one with the best stage and the best gear, that's all they put on. It's tribute bands, and it's just...
And they fill them, Pete. They fill them.
They do.
And people have a good time. That I can't really knock it because of that. If that's your bag, that's your bag.
Mm.
But it's not my fucking bag.
No.
I'm not having it.
No. that one's fucking properly gone in there, mate. I've literally thrown that one in. Yeah.
That's fucking alienated half of my mates.
Yeah. Fuck them. Right then, mate. So we've got one song left.
Yeah.
We? Yeah.
And what a song, Pete.
Yeah.
The fucking masterpiece.
Should we just go into it?
Let's go into it, mate.
Yeah, okay.
Thank
Right. I don't suppose we need to tell people who it was, but I'll let you do it.
Yeah, that's the Mighty Leatherface with Springtime. That, my friend, is everything you want in a punk rock classic song.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Guitar playing, lyrics, the feeling, Frankie's voice, everything is just fucking great about that song.
Yeah, not going to disagree with you one little bit, mate. They another band who kind of for me should have been massive. You know, they really should have been.
Yeah, they split up 4 or 5 times, Leatherface, and had various lineups. And I think it was probably the last tour I caught them on. They played in Manchester, Night and Day Cafe. It was the middle of winter, and we got down there, and it was snowing like fuck. And the 2 support bands had been on, and everyone's like, what time they're going on? Where are they? And there's like a whisper going round, oh, they're stuck on the motorway. You know, they're not coming, they're not going to make it, they're going to pull the gig and everything. So I'm thinking, shit, fucking love Leatherface. Never actually got to see him through one thing and another, just didn't do. Don't know why. Eventually it got to about, must have been gone 10 o'clock, they rolls up, comes in, straight on stage, no sound check, fucking bang straight into it. Frankie's got this big fucking hat on, Dickie's fucking flailing around. Oh, mate, place went mental. Fucking excellent.
Yeah, fantastic band. And the album Mush that's off is
it's a masterpiece, mate.
Yeah, it really is. It's top 10. Top 10.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, definitely. You know, and it's sad. Dickie's no longer with us. Mm-hmm. I only met him once. He came to see us with Holiday up at the Black Bull at Gateshead because Rye knows him, so he invited him along. Mm-hmm. And so I met him. I was a little bit starstruck there. I made some fucking pathetic jokes, you know, like you do. Because I know he's a paint and decorator because somebody had told me that's what he does. And that's what I do. And I fucking asked him some shit. I'm embarrassed to even recite it. It was like, you know, people always say, oh, you know, what guitars do you use and all that dicky and stuff. And I'm saying, oh, so you're a painter, are you? What brush would you recommend, Dickie? And the moment them words left my lips, I thought, what a fucking cock. You know, this is one of the greatest punk guitarists ever. And I'm saying, you know, I'm talking about rollers and emulsion and shit.
Oh, fucking hell.
But anyway, getting back to the gig, the Leatherface one at Night and Day, they played, it was fucking great. I'm in the bogs after. Frankie comes in. I says, fucking banging that, Frankie. He's like in the next urinal, you know. And he says, oh, cheers, mate. You know, he says, what a fucking nightmare. I says, you know, I believe it was pretty rough, you know. And I says, anyway, I says, when I finish this up, I'll wash my hands and I'll shake hands, you know. She says, yeah, make sure you wash your fucking hands. So finished up, washed his hands, shook his hands, and I says, you know, what next like? And he says, oh, we're driving back now. I says, you're fucking joking. And he says, no, we've got to drive straight back. You know, one of them had to work or something the next day. You know, fucking fair play to Leatherface.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy. I don't know Frankie. I'm happy, you know, that he's doing the acoustic stuff and his songs are just great. You know, you've seen him acoustic.
Yes.
And it's fucking mesmerising. You know, his songs stand up. You know, he can hold the audience in his hand, but I like the fucking guitar blazing stuff. But it won't be the same. You know, so that's it. Go and see a Leatherface tribute band.
No, definitely, I'd definitely go and see Frankie because he was just I ain't gonna lie, at Manchester Punk Festival this year, when I saw him there, got a bit of a you know, I got something in my eye, let's say. Well, and then I saw him at Wongfest as well this year, and I plucked up the courage to go and have a chat with him.
I thought you were going to say I got something in the other eye then.
Yeah, I think I did as well, actually, to be fair.
Oh, was he all right? Yeah, was he cool?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
You know, he really was. I got my photo took with him, and it was. That was
a fucking, a tortured soul, but a masterpiece. Songwriter. But that one, Springtime. I don't know if you ever discussed this or you have ever with your good lady or partner, your funeral music. Have you ever done that, Pete?
No, never done that.
Good game to play,
Yeah.
You sat around the table after tea. So, my funeral, these are the songs I want playing. You've got to think about these things. They might play fucking Westlife or something.
Or Angels.
Oh, God forbid, we don't want that, do we? So, I've stipulated, right? I'm at a certain age now, Pete, and I think it's only fair that I share with my wife and family the songs I want playing when they send me off. Obviously, Springtime, right? It's got to be. The lyrics, they're just fucking great. So I want Springtime, right? I'm going to have when you're coming in and you're all crying and broken hearted.
Yeah.
Atmosphere by Joy Division, right? Very somber, Pete. I don't want a dry eye. I don't want anyone fucking about. Then Springtime, a little bit more. There was some hope in there, a little bit more uplifting. And then when you're coming out, Atmosphere by fucking Russ Abbott. So I thought about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
it's planned.
I don't know what to say about that, to be fair.
Meticulously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon, but,
No, definitely
and I
not.
played it, for my girls, Springtime. So have a listen to this. Oh, listen to his voice, Dad, it's horrible. It's just a row. And I say, no, that's about his fucking soulful, that is. Nah, Dad, you don't know what you're on about. So maybe I don't, but, I'm happy with it.
Fair play to you, mate. That's, I might have to nick that one now. I'm definitely going to have that conversation anyway with the missus, definitely.
Come on, you don't want fucking Angels, do you?
No, I certainly don't. We'll see. I'll let you know.
Hopefully I won't be there to hear it, mate. So, hey, we're getting all fucking moribund again. Come on.
Oh, yeah, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Do that. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, mate.
No worries, Pete. But when we discussed the idea, I thought people get to hear about Epic Problem, and the band split up now. It's nothing to do with anybody falling out. I just thought I'd had enough. I thought it had run its course. Maybe I'm wrong. You don't know about these things, and you make these decisions, and only then do you know whether they're right or wrong. And so I don't know. But I wasn't enjoying the gigs, and I wasn't enjoying the practices like I used to. I used to look forward to it all, and then it just become a bit of a chore. So I just thought I'm going to move on. And we didn't fall out. We sat and discussed it. And I told the lads, I says, I wanted to fucking carry on because, you're great lads and great little band. And they didn't want to, which I don't know whether that's good or bad to me, because it's like finishing with 3 girlfriends at once. It's fucking horrendous. So, I don't know. You never know. It might be right, it might be wrong. In 12 months I might be on the phone begging them. So, fucking hell, lads, I'm sorry, I'm a dick. Or like, it might
you never know, mate.
That's it. Just go up the fucking allotment and crown green bowling or whatever.
Well, no, I can't see. You're too punk rock for that, mate. I think, mind you,
like I said before, I'm going to do this other stuff. It might take months and months to do, but I'm definitely going to do it because it keeps me playing, keeps me writing, and it keeps me in with people I like. So I'm going to still do that. So there will be stuff to hear in the future, hopefully.
Brilliant. It's been a pleasure chatting to you. Thanks for coming on.
No worries.
Thanks for doing this. Some nice little stories in there. So, yeah, thank you, mate.
All right, mate. No problem. Cheers, mate.
Fucking words in the end time. Feeling one, two, Bitterness is rising, rising to the top. There's no way I can fight it. I'm talking to myself again, not making any sense again. I've heard these words a million times, turn them over in my mind. Must have heard these fucking words a million times.